Are you a Westworld fan who just needs season 1 recap to freshen up your memories a little bit just to prepare for the epic season 2? Then this is the right video for you. This is UNICA, and today I'm going to spill a lot of beans, including major spoilers of season 1, and we're going to have a little bit of discussion of the philosophical themes about creation and consciousness, the TV show Westworld. Welcome to Westworld. Imagine a beautiful landscape of the old American Wild West. Grand, vast, violent, and charming. And in it, people live and breathe in this world, filling it with unknown adventures and mystery just for you, the guests, to explore. Except the people who lived in Westworld are not real. There are androids that who we called the hosts in the show that are made to fulfill everyone's desire in the park. And with the high price you're paying for, you can do whatever you want and become whoever you want to be. How the host functions are through advanced AI technology and complicated coding and programming that creates personalities that makes the host even more like human. The hosts are written a narrative in which their lives live in a loops and storyline. This raised the question of whether this is ethical if all of these products that are so human-like, so real, that whether or not they will eventually develop a consciousness. We are first introduced to the beautiful Dolores, who is a host living in a narrative as a ranch starter where all she sees in this world is the beautiful sides of everything. Her storyline always pairs up with Teddy, who is a guy who is destined to love her and always save her whenever she needs saving. In the beginning of the show, Teddy got shot dead by a man called the Man in Black, who is a guest apparently has been coming to the park for a lot of years. And the Man in Black dragged Dolores into the ranch and then finished her. So that was a scene that viewers realized that the hosts are often being raped or killed almost every day just to purely entertain the guest. In episode 1, Dolores' father, Peter Abernathy, started to glitch and malfunction after he picked up a picture of a girl. Before Peter Abernathy brought in to repair, he whispered to Dolores of one of the most important quotes in the show.
These violent delights have violent ends.
At the same time, the programmers realized that the host started to glitch due to Dr. Robert Ford, played by Anthony Hopkins' new program called The Reveries that made the host dreamed and may possibly brought back old memories. Peter Abernathy got back into repair and was checked in by Dr. Ford, in which he started to threaten Dr. Ford and say that he wanted to meet his creator. The acting of Peter Abernathy, even though he only appeared in such a short period of time in season 1, the gesture of him being a robot and everything, the actor did such an amazing job that I was immediately sold right after that performance. We are then introduced to William, who is a first-timer in Westworld, and he was brought in by his future brother-in-law Logan to explore the park together. He then gradually developed feelings towards Dolores while they are exploring the park together. And we also see the Man in Black is seeking around the park trying to find the center of the maze. Just hold your thought and take them all in. This is just 2 episodes of season 1. These are the little details that I really feel like it's important to understand the bigger picture of the show. So let's talk about things outside of the park. The whole park is run by Delos Corporation, and Westworld is founded by Dr. Robert Ford. He was one of the 2 co-creators of Westworld and also the park creative director. The other co-founder, Arnold, who died before the park opened, remained mysterious until later of the season. We also see Delos Corporation Executive Board of Director Charlotte, played by Tessa Thompson, tries to squeeze Ford out from his control of Westworld and at the same time sneaking data out of the park. At the beginning of the season, we see Dr. Ford announces that he will write a new narrative that contains a host called the Wyatt. In Westworld, it has one of the most popular destinations for the guests called the Sweetwater Brothel, which one of our main character, Maeve, works at. After Dolores told Maeve in one of their encounters that these violent delights have violent ends, Maeve started to have dreams about her having a daughter and getting killed multiple times. So all of these hosts having their memories come back and they're out of their loop, out of their narrative. Head of Programming Division Bernard, played by Jeffrey Wright, was concerned, and he was discussing to Dr. Ford about what is going on. Dr. Ford mentioned the bicameral mind in which his ex-partner Arnold is obsessed with while building the host. The bicameral mind is the brain is divided into two sections, and one of the sections speak to another section, and then the other section obeys. That echoes with what Dolores has been experienced throughout the season of following the voice she has been hearing and find the maze. At the end, we realize she has been talking to herself all the time, which means she has gained consciousness and self-realization. Things start to escalate when Bernard dig a little bit deeper with Teresa, park operation leader, about the secrets in the park, and then both of them find a house that is not on the operation map. They found a lab underneath the house. And this scene has become one of the biggest reveal of season 1 is that Bernard is actually a host, and he is based on Ford ex-partner Arnold's consciousness and also his look. William became more obsessed with Dolores. Maeve forced the employer to adjust her intelligence and her access to control all the hosts, and she tries to escape out of Westworld, right, releasing all the retired and malfunctioned hosts. Even though throughout the episode you thought that this is all her own idea about escaping, but then later on turned out that Dr. Ford is behind all of this. He programmed Maeve to escape and also released the malfunctioned robots. At the end, she did escape. She decided to go find her daughter in the park, so she didn't leave when Dr. Ford programmed her to leave. And then at the same time, when we see her trying to escape, we also see a glimpse of other park, which is not just Westworld, which is really cool. I hope I can see more of this in season 2. We then realize that Dolores is the one that killed Arnold, and she is Wyatt, since she's one of the oldest hosts in Westworld. And the Wyatt narrative that Ford had implanted into Teddy's memory is actually a memory of the real event that occurred between Dolores, Teddy, and Arnold before the park even opened. Arnold programmed Dolores to kill everyone, including Arnold himself, to prevent the park to open due to his beliefs that the hosts are too real to become the entertainment for the guests. And he is right. We then have another mind-blowing moment that Man in Black is indeed William himself. So all of this time we have been seeing two different time frames. After all of William and Dolores' adventure, his obsession with Dolores in the world made him keep coming back. However, he realized that Dolores' memories got wiped out again and again. She never remembers him. So with a broken heart, he then buy out the share of Westworld from his brother-in-law Logan and became the owner of Westworld. And therefore, all these years, he continues to seek the meaning of the maze and keep coming back to Westworld. Dr. Ford then warned Man in Black is that the center of the maze is not meant for them. It is a symbolic meaning of consciousness, and those are only for the host to play. At the end, Dr. Ford told Dolores that he needs to correct his own mistake by not believing Arnold's theories of android having consciousness. And he quoted, "The divine gift does not come from a higher power rather than the creator's own mind," while pointing at the Michelangelo famous painting, The Creation of Adam, in which the painter draws a shape like a human brain behind the god symbolizes the power of our own mind. This is one of my favorite scenes in the show because right after I saw this finale, I went to Italy. Just a coincidence. I went to Sistine Chapel and saw The Creation of Adam myself. And I asked my tour guide whether it is true that Michelangelo painted the human brain behind the god to symbolize the creation of mind. My tour guide did tell me that as she is a historian in Italy, she believed that Michelangelo was trying to make a statement that the greatest gift and then the most creative thing is the human mind. At our final scene, Dr. Robert Ford invited all the guests for a dinner, including the Man in Black, and Dolores now became truly conscious and became Wyatt. Fired a bullet and shot Dr. Ford in the head and killed him. And then when you look around, all these guests are surrounded by the hosts. And Man in Black got shot by one of the hosts, and that was the first time he truly got hurt in the park. But it put a smile on his face, meaning he likes it, I guess. And then I think he realized that the game is real right now. That's it. I'm getting a little bit dizzy after explaining all these complicated relationships and also different time frames and all these philosophical themes in season 1. But I hope it really gives you a better understanding of season 1, and then you can have a clearer picture of what is going on and what is gonna be in season 2. Feel free to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There are other social media platforms that I put under the description below that you can check them out and support me. If you guys have seen the show, don't forget to comment below and then we can discuss it together. I hope to see more of season 2 and what it's gonna bring to us. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!